Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Carvel Community Meeting. Today's date is July 26th, 2023. If you're watching this from home, we encourage you to come join us live. We meet every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's a good opportunity for you to come and meet other members of the community, meet the maintainers, listen in to what they're working on, provide any feedback, and you can bring up anything you wish to discuss with the maintainers and members of the community. Any questions you have about using the tools, or if you want to just sit back and listen, there's no requirement to engage with us if you're shy or anything like that, but we would still love to have you. For those that are on the call today, if you have something you wish to discuss, just add that down at the bottom in the discussion topic section below. We'll get to it once we get through the other items of the agenda. If you can't find us or if you can't join us in one of these meetings and you still need to get a hold of us, we can also be found in the Carvel channel in the Kubernetes Slack workspace. You can email us, you can find us within any of our GitHub repos, or you can find us on Twitter at Carvel_dev. If at any point you are interacting with us or any other members of the community, we please ask that you read and abide by our code of conduct, which is linked here and it's linked throughout all of our repos. For those that are using Carvel tools, we want to know more about how you're using those. So we've created this pinned issue that is on our main Carvel repo, our general Carvel repo, and it asks for you to provide some details about your use cases for the tools that you use, information about yourself, your company, link to your website, and then to add the logo of your company here, which is optional to do. If you want to just provide details on your use cases and you're not able to provide information on the company itself, that's fine too. We would just like to learn more about how folks are using the tools because it helps us in development and it also helps the community understand further about how you can use these tools. And just a reminder for those that are on the meeting, make sure you add your name and organization you're representing to the attendees list here. On to announcements. Moving on to content. So since we last met, we had Thomas Vital. He delivered a 30-minute presentation on Supercharge Your Kubernetes Platform of Carvel at Kubernetes Days Munich. So I'm not sure if it was recorded, but whenever he has the slides available, we'll try to get those out so folks can take a look. And then we had Choose Your Own Adventure, configure synchronization with GitOps with kapp-controller competing against Flux and Argo. So there's a Twitter poll out there right now for the next 2 days to vote for one of the three. And so just, be sure to go vote. We aren't going to get upset if you don't vote for us, but if you feel that kapp-controller is the best out of Argo and Flux, please vote for us. So we have 2 days. Moving on to releases. Cap 0.58.0, that was released, I think, yesterday. So who's able to talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, I can talk about it. So there is one, we have bumped up some libraries, replaced a few libraries with the more standard ones which are being used in the Kubernetes. For example, the YAML library has been moved to the 6.1. And then there is one new flag, or there is one new configuration rather which has been added to ensure that even for the historyless resources, we have a mechanism to provide or to exclude some fields while doing the diffing. So we really want to call out the Engzerzun and Tim Hurek for their contribution. So this release was fully driven by them, and all the features in it are by these open source contributors. So very, very big thank you to these two.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And thank you, yeah, for contributions of Enzer, June, and Tim. Really appreciate that. Any questions or comments on this before we move on? Okay. Moving on to the status updates. So for project roadmap stuff, you know, we've got this YTT supporting emitting comments and resulting YAML stuff still going on. We've had a public vote to get kind of some more information, and because as we're working on it, we've uncovered some different things, and so we're trying to see what exactly the community would want here, or if it is as necessary as we originally thought, et cetera, et cetera. So we're just trying to get more context here before we proceed. So please go vote. It's in our Slack channel on the Kubernetes Slack workspace. I don't know if others have any more updates there.
No, nothing as of now. We are just waiting for the vote results to continue working on this feature. And yeah, and the next one for YTT, I can update, like, thanks to Testwheel for your contribution PRs to YTT. There were 4 PRs by Testwheel, and they are merged to develop now. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thanks, Varsha. So Samik is not here today, but he said, or yeah, he's just not able to join the meeting. So for K control, he's still focusing on items talked about last week. Then image package, who wants to talk about that?
Maybe I can give it a go if nobody else wants to. So we have like somebody from the community that is going to help us out by adding a feature that was requested some time ago, that is going to allow people to add labels to images that are being pushed. So we're pretty excited about that, and thanks to Joe that is doing that. So it's good to see people from the community joining us and doing some coding with us in YTT and also in secretgen and image package. So this is pretty good to see the community helping us out on all these topics. So thank you all for the great work.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there any sort of issue or PR you can link there for the image package one?
There isn't a PR yet. There will be, but oh, like somebody just pasted it there. So there you go.
Look at that. Thank you. Okay, for Carvel overall, so there's this issue right here that Thomas, someone from the community, he put, and he gave me his update. So he's still working on the RFC for the supply chain security proposal, and he's going to open our pull requests next week when he's back from vacation. And then on the other one, again, that's Salmic, for the Carvel supports the ability to sign and verify assets. He's still on this. He's targeting to have a doc out by end of next week. Any comments on that?
Not in these particular ones, but I do know that like last 2 weeks ago, I think we did merge some features on secretgen, and maybe it would be a good idea if we released it, because like it has like a pretty interesting contribution from, I believe it's Ranchers folks there. So that would be great if we could do that in the next couple of weeks.
All right, we'll get that looked into. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Anything further on status updates between roadmap and backlog?
There hasn't been any update on the roadmap the last time that we have. Wanted to discuss if we could have a project that we could work on, and then whether we agree on a backlog that we the item that can go into the product roadmap that we want to do in the next 3 months.
Yeah, part of the discussion topics, the identify project for the mentorship program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to that, there's that one thing that we put on there, documentation and onboarding complexities. I think that was something we really wanted to get more people from the community here to discuss. So I think we can push that, or at least I might just ask on Slack for some information there, because Abby from my team, she's back from maternity leave and she's the tech doc person. So she's wanting to dive in and help us out ahead of CNCF's backlog. So hopefully we can get some more information from folks from Slack and Twitter or whatever we can on helping, or what they would like to see changes in their documentation.
So I believe that's some good news, right? That they have opened an issue for us. CNCF has opened an issue, and then we are going to get some help from them to change the website and documentation. So how would it go? What are they planning to do? Are they going to be reviewing the whole website and our documentation? How can we help them? What are the inputs required from our side? How does that work?
So it'll be 3 to 4 months before they get to us. The issue that was created was just to put us in line. That they now have have room to put us in line, but they still have other projects they're working on ahead of us. So that's why my coworker Abby is going to come in and try to help us even before they can even get to us. But as of right now, they're like, it's just kind of a waiting game for them to assign someone to us, and then from there they'll tell us what they need. And as far as website changes, we need to do the design brief and like what we are looking for and what changes we want, and kind of our ideal picture. And then the logos, same thing, like what do we want to see? What kind of new logo would we want? And what if there's any similar projects out there, what to avoid being similar to in terms of their logos, so that we don't look too much the same. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the update, Nancy.
Yep. Okay, so now the identify project for the mentorship program. So the deadline that we have to get this in, the proposal itself is July 27th, which is tomorrow. So that's my only, that's like one of my concerns here, but if someone can work on it today, I'm out as soon as I leave this meeting, so I won't be able to help, but
I could work on that. However, I need a project identified. I need help from you all to let me know what would make sense.
Enable image package to copy all artifacts. You want more information about it? So like
drop me the
we need to
GitHub.
we need to think a little bit about what we want to do. If like we also need to see like the mentors that we have, if they are interested in these projects, in the project that we might have. So since Renu, you and Sumik are the two that said they had some bandwidth to mentor, maybe it would be easier if any of you two come up with projects that you want to work on, because that's something that's also important. But if you need ideas, I can try to come up with a couple of ideas.
and
Yeah,
just
I was go
for
ahead,
the
Nancy.
for the mentoring, when it comes to that, it's someone that is going to be helping them with all the code base and guiding them with that specifically. Just to make sure like requirements and stuff that they're comfortable with helping in that, getting in that deep in the weeds.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that. What I'm trying to also understand is there a simple, medium to medium sized project that we could take up, or an issue that we take up, which would help somebody learn about Carvel tools also, and along with that, be able to code and do a project in 3 months of time. And then that would mean that they would have to learn it from, like, learn the functionality, learn how to understand the code, also go through the code, all these things, and we'll work with them to get it done.
Were you able to go look through some of those previous projects that other CNCF projects have done in the past with this program?
I did look at it, but not very deeply. I just gave a very cursory glance.
Because that might be helpful to see how much work was involved for other projects, or what they chose for their mentees to work on. So Joelle just put something in. Support SBOM attestation OCI artifacts similar to that SIG signatures.
Does this have a proposal?
It is not a
in
proposal.
place
Like the issue here, I think it has information for it, and there has as like enough information for it. There's also no, don't go to that one. That one we cannot do yet, unfortunately. I want to, but one day we'll get there. It doesn't like it's not supported in all the registries yet. So, but yeah. So like this story, it has a PR associated with it already that has like a bunch of code on it that can serve as like a guideline on what we want to implement, but basically we want to extend the functionality that we currently have on image package to copy not only the signatures, because it already copies signatures, but to copy SBOMs and attestations as well. So that's one idea. Like this might be a lot of like image package specific, and I don't have like a story for the other ones, but there is attestations and SBOMs. We do have an API on image package that doesn't cover all the my God, one day I'll know how to write, but we do have like an API on image package that allows you to do some operations that image package does, but via API. But there are two main functionality that doesn't have that. That's like the push command and the copy command. And those are things that I would like to see implement. But I don't think we have a story for that. I can create a story for that if that's something that we want to do. Another project that I think it could be interesting is to think, but this one might be a little bit more complicated, is to think like currently K-control allows you to, when you are creating a package, it always pushes the package to the repository, to an OCI registry, sorry, when you're releasing the package. Something that would be interesting is for us to have a way to do it locally and to generate a tar instead of pushing it to a registry. That's something that I believe something that we will need in somewhat in the near future. I don't know, like what are the dates for this? It might be too tight for us to have that, because we might need to have implementation prior a little bit before this, before the dates that we have there. Some other things that I don't know if there like has been other things that have been bumped into other tools that would be interesting for us to look at. A thing that might be interesting to look at is, depending on the outcome that we have from the YTT comments pool, that might be something interesting as well for us to make as a project. Unfortunately, we don't have the information at the time that we need to place our proposal, but that would be definitely something that would be interesting for us to have as part of our mentorship program there. And it might be quite an interesting challenge there. Yeah, I don't know if others have other ideas. I just been speaking here.
Rohit, in K-control, do you think there are anything? I remember we had created a lot of issues to be worked on. Do you think some of them can be taken up as a project?
Yeah, so I think in K-control there are some issues which can be looked up. For example, one which Joe talked about, where the package repository need not be pushed to the OCI registry, but stay in the local as a tar file. That is one. The other is we wanted to simplify the experience by actually commenting the generated package build and package resources.yaml file. So basically to mention that what each field means and where that will be used in dev flow or in the release flow. I think that can be a good one. And then there are other small issues like, for example, I think yesterday or today only we got one that where users actually want to provide the OCA registry URL as a flag to the package repository, but those are very small issues. But I think this adding the comments on package build and package resources might will be an interesting one to take up.
Mhm. All right. I've made a note of these. I will try and see if I can create a project by tomorrow on this.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if there's like more people that are interested in volunteer as well. I don't know, because of right now, like I don't know how many projects we can support. Do you have any idea how many projects we'll be able to support with you, Renu and Sumik being the mentors?
I think we just choose one.
Just do one project?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's one project. And then one mentee is assigned, and then we work with them on that one project.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So the deadline, sorry, the deadline is the 27th, right? That's tomorrow. Do we have a time? Because just to make sure, I don't want to cut it like on the last second, but it's 5 p.m. PDT. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
we have the almost a full day tomorrow as well. Okay, that's good.
Yep. But Renew said that she's gonna work on it, but it's very late for her right now.
Yeah, but tomorrow she has a
tomorrow.
full day, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I wanted to make sure, that it was not tomorrow at 00
Yeah.
p.m.
Yes. Yeah, and so I linked all this into the doc, but it goes over all the instructions. And then mentee application instructions are here too, but. So this might be. Yeah, so these are all the projects that are now in already from different, from other tools, so. You can also peruse those. I guess there's only two. Everybody's waiting probably till the last minute to get theirs in.
Like if we get one, we will get them in tea for sure.
Yes.
So that's good.
Yeah, but you can see it's just one little project that folks are adding. But cool. Renu, are you feel like you're set on this? You have any other questions?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is exciting. I'm excited for us. This is cool. Okay, moving on to baking in Carvel policies into packages. Who put this in here?
It looks like Samik.
That was what I was going to say. It really sounds like Somik.
I could literally hear him saying this.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
say we can discuss more about this when we are around. Okay, well, let's just do that. Let's wait till they're back. Okay, does anybody else have anything else that they want to bring up while we're all together? Minus a few people.
Yeah, I had something and I'm just trying to recall. Was it with regards to the working group, the artifact working group? Somik, is there something, not Somik, sorry, Joao, is there something that you have heard of?
I'm so
From there.
sorry. I was completely distracted. Can you repeat your question?
On the artifact working group from the app,
Oh.
tag app delivery.
To be fair,
there
like I
something-
tried to go there, but I didn't. I haven't had time. Like my schedule has been crazy lately. But from what I heard, they are right now selecting chairs. I believe they have like 2 proposed chairs for co-chairs for the working group. So things are moving forward, but I don't think there's anything as of right now, except the creation of the objectives for the working group. So what the working group wants to achieve. So that's that till this point, I think that's where they are. There will be a meeting. I think is this Friday. Yes, this Friday. And I'm going to try to join that meeting this Friday to see how things are going. But yeah, I don't have anything in particular.
What is this?
There's a new working group created under OCI that with the objective of enhancing the experience of users when searching for artifacts on the registries. A lot of words, but we want to implement a search. We want to be able to have a way to find what artifacts exist in OCI registries. And that's what this working group is aiming for.
Okay, can you add that link there to the working group?
Yes, I can.
I would like to know more. Thank you. Okay, anything else? Okay, sounds like we're all good. Well, thank you everyone for all of your contributions and engagement today. And if you are watching this from home, we would love to have you join us live. So again, we meet every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And with that, everybody else, enjoy the rest of your day and night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.